All right, you guys, Tony here, CCxRC. You've been asking for it. We're going to give it to you a comparison, one of many of these two. We're going to probably do a two-part on this. So not many, but two parts on this. We're going to do these side-by-side kind of comparison between the two vehicles. The Traxxas Maxx, which is a $530 monster truck that is pretty much indestructible, we found. And the ARRMA Kraton 4S, which is $400. Mine is $430 because I went ahead and I upgraded all of my arms for durability up to the RPM because they're available for it. Something I do with a lot of my bashers is RPM arms. So that has been upgraded, and I think it's a worthy upgrade for this. I did break the rear one on a jump that shouldn't have broke it, and I did break one off camera on a front flip that I landed like this at an angle, hard whipping it around. And yeah, so I snapped that arm completely in half, and that one was you know, it made sense and would break on most cars. However, this thing's taken a lot and it hasn't broken from things like that. But so we did upgrade this to RPM arms, so we're looking at a $530 truck versus a $430 truggy. And we're just gonna see how handling and stuff like that is between them. I know I love how this drives. This one, there's things I like and there's things I don't like. You can see I've crushed the body of it. You see this crinkle here because of the hits, cracked. It's pretty beat up just because I crash it all the time with jumps, with driving, that. So some control stuff. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get these out. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some laps, and I'm gonna match the laps that I do with the Maxx. I'm gonna do as well with the Kraton, and vice versa. So let's do it. Maxx is up. So what we'll do is we'll start with this jump here, and I'm going to use the traction control on this because it has it, so why not? So I go down and hit that, go back off of this, come back on this one, slide out the corner here, land that one, kick sideways, head back here to turn around and hit the big boy. We do this twice. Boom, bounce sideways, kind of a weird landing. I'm gonna do one more set of these. All right, off of here. Whoa. Now it does have the writing, but I'm close enough. Let's just flip it. All right, come back on that one. Line it up for this. Oh, tumbles. All right, see, that's further away. I will use my self-righting here. Let's do it. Come on, holding it. There it goes. All right, we got it. So it saved me a walk, and we have to end on the big one. Oh, somebody put the basketball or the soccer net back there. Could not see it. Skied it out. Okay. Park this one in the same spot. All right, and now it's time for the Kraton. Both of them in. I just had to check that footage to make sure I could see everything. All right, so off this one. Gonna come around, launch it. The steering on this one isn't as tight, I would say, but it's doing all right. Gotta bring it tighter around that corner now. Wow, we skied it. Skied that as well. So it can whip around pretty good though. It's this one that's a little bit tighter for me in the grass. So I'm not, carrying the speed in order to really get it. Oh, I'm gonna have to walk for that one. Over jumped it. All right, so we did have to walk for that one, but got back to where we were standing. We're gonna do both of them from the same spot, and caught something weird on that last jump. Kicked it up. All right, not bad. Both of them were pretty good there. Rolled the X Max, or the Max, sorry, not the X Max, a couple times. One off of a bounce off the landing, another cornering. Now we're gonna do some laps here with some speed. Two-wheeling it. So bring it back, we're gonna corner onto this. Try and dig in and make the corner around that as tight as we can from full speed. So here we go. Coming in fast, hot, brake. Whoops. A little too much brake. This thing does have some crazy braking. You can see it's wanting to wheelie. Oh, wheelie a lot. I'm braking too hard. There's a tight corner on it. So you really have to not brake and not brake hard and not turn at speed, or you're gonna wanna flip over with this thing. It also wants to put the front end up all the time when you're driving. Anytime you're putting power down. Whoop. All right, let's walk it. So trying to keep power, no, rolls it and back over, wheelie up. So it is monster truck kind of handling. It's fast, but you definitely want to corner slow and wide, so you don't do that kind of two-wheel stuff. And I do have the traction control on. Oh, squirrely out of the corner. Got on two wheels again. So it saves itself there with the TSM, I think. It turned in, which is, I'm not doing that. So it is saving itself when it's starting to want to roll. Whoops. The other times it's counter steering into it, which is nice. It's helping save it. But it does have a tendency to want to roll over like that. If I want to do bigger oval though, bigger sweeping corners, it'll be all right. It can handle it. You still don't want to hit it full speed. All right, there it goes. So I can do it a little bit faster and more sweeping like this, and it'll do all right. Oops, still two-wheeling it though. It doesn't quite lean in like the X Max does. It does, but it's so narrow that it just wants to two-wheel up and roll. And so you've just got to turn much slower with it. But it's definitely got a lot more power. That was a nice flip. A lot more power than the Max does. Or not the Max, the Kraton 4S has more power, I would say, than the Kraton 4S here. So let's see what we can do with this one. Still wheeling. You can get some wheelies off. Not quite as bad, but we can hit this corner, I think, a little bit faster. Now, one of the things is it doesn't have as tight a turning radius, so it doesn't want to roll anyway, but it wants to push that corner a little bit more. All right, so we rolled it. Now I got to walk. But it definitely, for the most part, does feel more grounded. It's kind of a long walk to have to do. It's the one thing I don't love about having a fin on an RC, a tail, wing, whatever you want to call it, is that it's a stopping point for it. See, there's a nice slide on that one. But you can go full power on. This one does not have stability control, and it still feels as controlled or more controlled maybe than the Max on full throttle. But it does keep the tires down a bit more. It's a slipper driven system, so it's a little bit different delivery of the power as well. But as far as racing or things like that would go with this, handling for the most part seems better. Now this grass is pretty tall, so this is one of the worst environments for this kind of test. On the cement even, the Max was doing rollovers, where this thing just kind of slides nicely. It's low, and when it brakes, it wants to come to a stop on the cement. Here, we'll try some turns here in the dirt and see how they do. We'll turn around the other car. All right, so maybe what we'll try and do is try and break this corner here. with a little bit of speed in the dirt. All right, doesn't, again, like I said, doesn't turn quite as tight. That's decent. There it is. So there's that one. We'll go park it. Park it, and now we're gonna do the max around it. Nothing scientific here, guys, about these tests. Ooh, just fun. There's definitely quicker power with this one. It gets crazy. Whoops, rolled it. Man. All right. Let's try it again. Let's see. Wheels up. So we've got the TSM on. Brake in. Trying to just power it and slide that corner a little bit. More wheel speed with this. It does break free, but it almost breaks free a little too much and easily. And so I'm having a hard time controlling it with that. Plus it wants to lift up the wheels. It's getting enough traction that it's wanting to lift the wheels. That one was pretty good. There we go, that was a good one. Okay, now I'm getting a feel for it. Oh, rolled it. So I'd say they're pretty even here. Different types of control. This one wants to wheelie more out of it. It can go tighter, but really when you're hammering it, the max is pretty tricky. All right, so we're gonna do a couple more jumps here. All right, so we're gonna do a couple big jumps here. We're just gonna only do the big airs. Flip, nice landing. Take it back. We're gonna now do another flip. And just see how they do with the flips, the trick side of it. Well, again, that one allowed me to control it pretty good in the air there. I had to get on it. I was gonna over-rotate if I wasn't careful. So let's do one more backflip. That was a good one. Plant it and back out, racing again. Now we'll do, now we're gonna go park this. We're just gonna do one for ones. So that's 3 backflips. Do 3 backflips with the max. Come on, Max. It's things like this that make me not want to trust the GoPro. You can see it's flashing, it's recording, but it's stuck at 158. I don't know when it stopped recording for me, but I just did a whole long comparison between these two running and a whole narration at the end, and I don't know that any of it's recorded. So go GoPro again. Rolled it. Right. Gonna use the flip feature. Self-righting. All right, these two definitely handled differently. This one is a little more squirrely. It's got a sharper turning radius for sure. And bounced it, oh, right onto the Kraton. So we're gonna send it one more time. It springs off that jump when it hits. It's crazy. Oh, come on. Rolled it again. That was a slow roll. Now in my testing, the one thing that I did not really ever do with the Kraton was roll over like that cornering. Ooh. All right, landed 4 and then down. We'll do another hit like that. Don't want to just do one. I want to show repeated attempts and then switch up to the other one, doing the exact same thing. That was a big jump. Really big jump. It takes it, heads down. Looks like the body's popped up actually. Like a ton of bricks coming down. All right. Now, that other one was really launching off this. Okay, this one's launching too. So send it back. That wasn't nearly as big. I didn't hit that one hard. But you can see, you can really power this one into the corners at speed even, and still bring it around. There's some air. All right, off of the jump. Controlled in the air, wheelie, and coming with some speed. Oof, big hit. Landed on 4, drove away. Back to the max. Launched it. I would say this one definitely has a little bit more power as far as speed with the wheelies. Oh, squirrely. Bounce out of that one. You know, I tend to see it does that bounce around several times. Oh no, don't roll. Rolled it again. All right. Self-right it. There it is. A bit of a wait for it, but not too bad. Oh, come on, stay. So I don't know what it's doing different, but it comes off the ramp lively, that's for sure. There, I waited to set that one down. Little jump, skip sideways. There's definitely some bounciness with this off the landing. Ooh, sideways kick. That fan is not happy in there. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I thought it shut off. There's some air. And now these are not the same kind of truck, okay? This is more of a truggy. That's more of a monster truck. So it sits higher center of gravity for sure, which means that in cornering and just in general, it's higher ride height. Whoa, there's some air. And so maybe this is as fast. It doesn't seem as fast because it's lower profile. It doesn't quite. Whoa, wheelie up the same. That was huge. And so I was able to actually hit the ramp with more speed. They're starting to come apart up there. We'll hit one more. All right, so that was pretty good. Nice. Landed on the back end, but it didn't go crazy and start flipping all over the place. It took it and settled itself down, which was nice. So I did over-rotate it. Oh! Front end into the ground, carrying some dirt. I stopped that one a little early. Not everyone's flawless, I'll be honest. There was a flawless one. So that's 3. We pegged one in nose down. One of them we over-rotated the slightest bit, but I'm noticing the over-rotating because with the Max, if I do that little over-rotation, there's another good one. If you do the little over-rotation, it hits and then it tumbles forward really bad. Let's give it a couple goes here and see what we get. I've done a lot of flips with this one. It does them masterfully as far as the rotations. However, getting it to land is another thing. All right, doesn't count. I'm actually even gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna straighten this ramp back out. The other one was hitting it with them separated. All right. All right, ooh, bounce. It pulled it back under control. Heading back down. Line it up, send it again. It's definitely a little bit more, ooh, pegged that one on the front too. Both of them got a front end landing. Okay, it's all right. Tough as nails. That's the one thing that this truck really has going for it, is that it is tough. There it was, whoop, bounced and backwards. Interesting. Interesting take on that. Nope, roll. Okay, lands on his wheels. And last one here. We made it, but it flipped out of it. I corrected at the end to get it to land right, and it does not soak it up. It instead bounces off it. I'm gonna do one more with it. That was landed right, but almost bounced into a crash again. So handling of this is not my favorite. It's a little bit frustrating at times to drive, I would even say. I'd go as far as saying that. So just with it rolling over all the time and bouncing off and flipping off of a landing. See, that was landed good, but it's spun it around. Not driving away. It's kind of kicking itself out and doing kind of what it wants off the landing. Bounced and flipped. All right, so I did some extra ones with that. It's getting dark. Alrighty guys, well, we are done with these two guys, and all right guys, well, we got some of the footage. Some of it was lost. The GoPro locked up for whatever reason again while I was recording. I don't know why I trust this thing to do videos with. I'm trying to go hands-free so I could drive better and have a better opinion on the vehicles. And so I'm trying not to have my camera on my phone in the other hand with the controller on a selfie stick, which makes it hard to operate the throttle. And anyway, we did get some footage. Hopefully you guys can see a side-by-side of these. Let me know what you think of the footage I did get with it, and we'll go from there. What I will say is I think the Kraton 4S handles better in the air and landing. Because of that control, I'm able to land it on four wheels more often than the Maxx. The Maxx has, well, one, I have the TSM on because I want to make sure I hit the jump, and it's a little bit tricky with steering. And because there's so much power, I want to make sure I line up the jump right. So I do turn that on. But that creates problems in the air for it because it's trying to, you know, it's trying to fix itself and keep going straight. And so the front wheels are turning and can make it go all over. So it's kind of tough to say. Plus it hits and bounces and flips and rolls. Same with cornering. When I was doing the test on it, driving the little oval that I was doing, it rolled a couple times, not as many as I thought it was going to, because it rolls so often when I'm just jumping and going up and trying to line up a jump. I'll get to the other side and go to turn around and it'll roll over. So thankfully it has self-righting. I do love the single one-clip system. From a control standpoint, I find myself leaning toward the Kraton. From a durability, the Maxx is really bulletproof so far. This thing I put on the RPM arm, so now we're at a $430 truck versus a $530 truck. Since putting these on, I've crashed it really hard, even in the videos tonight. On a front flip, I landed completely sideways and thought I was going to break something, but nothing happened. This one, I do pull out that pin all the time, which is not breaking, but I do have to bring tools with me because it's been about every big bash that I've done, I've had that happen. So, you know, they both have their pluses and minuses. I hesitate to make any judgment yet between the two of them. I'll leave that up to you guys in the comments below. Tell me what you think. I do have leanings, and we'll see if they continue to have leanings as we keep driving these. I'm going to do another test, and hopefully the GoPro won't freak out on this one. But yeah, we'll see how they do. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, guys, if you like the video, if you like the comparison, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think in the comments. And of course, if you like more RC content in your email, subscribe and hit that the notification bell to get emails and notifications when we do post videos. And we've got a lot more coming, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. Have fun RCing.